Well, it's been a beautiful day across the Central Coast, a little bit warmer than it was yesterday, but still lots of cloud cover for pretty much all of our communities as we started off the day. Now much clearer. Check out these temperatures, though. Kind of tells a little bit more about the story. Across the board, much warmer than it was just yesterday. Yesterday, we were in the mid to low 60s for many of our high temperatures, but nearly 80 today in San Luis Obispo and San Ynez. Mid 70s for Paso Robles, Shandon, and California Valley. Some of those interiors sticking around with that cloud cover a little bit longer in the day. That kept them just a little bit cooler than many of our coastal valleys, but on the whole, it was comfortable. Mid 60s by our beaches, some 70s along our south coast as well. Right now, starting to cool down. We are heading into the evening hours after all. 63 right now in San Luis Obispo, still in the 70s though in Paso Robles. They're very slowly cooling down up there at 72 degrees. 61 in Santa Maria, 64 in Santa Barbara. Comfortable on the whole, but it is gusty out there, so continuing to see some concerns with that. If you take a look at those temperature changes between right now and 24 hours ago, you can see a little bit of that change. Not a whole lot going on for many of our coastal valleys and beaches, but those interiors have held on to the little bit of heat they got today. It's going to stick around for another couple of hours as we head into the evening. That's actually caused by the slight offshore push. You can see those winds in the interiors pushing farther towards the west. By our beaches, though, it's the opposite story. That northerly wind with a slight onshore component. That's the exact recipe we need for another sundowner wind event. You can already see those winds starting to kick up and really focus in along our south coast, everywhere from Point Conception through Mariposa Reyna. You can see those winds really starting to get cooking, and that's what we're going to be seeing over the next few hours, staying below advisory level criteria, but I wouldn't be surprised if one was issued. One of the other alerts that we do have that has been issued is another round of high surf advisories. Now, there isn't one actively in place right now. The one we had yesterday has expired, but now there's another concern heading our way. So the secondary high surf advisor will go into effect at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning and staying in effect all the way through Monday morning at 3 a.m. All those western beaches with likely seeing a couple of those waves with localized sets up to 14 feet. So keeping an eye on that. Currently, though, waves are nice and calm, so it's not a current issue, just a little bit later on into the weekend. This weekend, we're also going to be seeing this high pressure being replaced by a small cold front. That means slightly cooler conditions, more waves and winds, and more cloud cover, especially for early Saturday morning. Tomorrow, though, 80 degrees up in Paso Robles, 76 in San Luis Obispo, 72 for Santa Maria, Lompoc, and Santa Barbara. Very similar conditions all across the Central Coast. We'll see that slight cool down Saturday and Sunday, then we'll slowly warm right back up with a few more of those degrees of warming each day through the end of next week. Nice and comfortable. On the whole, temperatures are staying really comfortable. Not very many big changes in our forecast, but still be aware of those winds and the waves over the next few days. They're going to be a little bit on the pesky side. Richard, back to you.